Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family and sometimes Harry and Meghan. And today I'm going to be talking about Prince William and what he's been up to today. So we're going to be looking into a royally fascinating moment that just happened today, May the 16th, 2025, at Westminster Abbey. Prince William, the Prince of Wales, was officially installed as the Great Master of the Most Honourable Order of the Bath. And let me tell you, this was a ceremony steeped in history, dripping with tradition, and absolutely a big deal for William. So we're going to look into what this event was all about, explore the deep historical roots of the Order of the Bath, and talk about why this moment matters today. Plus, we'll also talk a bit about how William totally owned the day. So, let's get started. Prince William was stepping out at Westminster Abbey looking every inch the future king. He was dressed in the Order's iconic crimson satin robes. The bright scarlet of his mantle popped against the Abbey's grey stone, and he carried himself with this focused, confident energy. Sources say he was all business, but you could see that signature William warmth in his interactions, especially when he shared a private moment with his father, King Charles, who gave him a few gentle pats on the arm before the ceremony kicked off. It appeared to be a heartwarming father-son moment that reminded everyone of their close bond, especially after a tough year for the royals. So what exactly is the Order of the Bath? And why is Prince William's new role such a big deal? Let's take a trip back in time. The Most Honourable Order of the Bath was formally established by King George I on May the 18th, 1725, but its roots stretch way back to the Middle Ages, possibly even the 8th century. The name Order of the Bath comes from a medieval knighthood ritual where candidates would take a ceremonial bath, symbolising spiritual purification before being knighted. So, a bit of fasting, prayer and vigils, and a good scrub to cleanse the soul, which is pretty intense preparation for becoming a knight. By the time George I got involved, he wasn't reviving an existing order, but creating a new military order of chivalry, complete with statutes and a structure that's still in place today. The order's motto, Tria Juncta in Uno, Latin for three joined in one, is super intriguing. It could refer to the Holy Trinity or the three kingdoms of England, Scotland and Ireland, symbolised by the badge's three crowns. Back in 1725, the order was a way for George I and his minister, Sir Robert Walpole, to reward loyal supporters, especially peers and MPs, with a prestigious honour. It started with just 35 knights companion, led by a sovereign, a principal knight, and a great master. Over time, it evolved into a three-class system: Knight Grand Cross, Knight Commander and Companion, honouring senior military officers and civil servants for exemplary service. Here's a fun fact: women were not admitted until 1971, with Princess Alice, Duchess of Gloucester, becoming the first Dame Grand Cross in 1975. Fast forward to today's ceremony, which marked the Order's 300th anniversary. Held in the stunning Henry VII Lady Chapel at Westminster Abbey, the service was pure pomp and pageantry. William and King Charles, both in their crimson robes, processed through the Abbey with officers, knights and the Dame Grand Cross, accompanied by the choir of Westminster Abbey and fanfares from the Household Cavalry's trumpeters. The Dean of Westminster, Dr. David Hoyle, led the service, which included an epistle reading and a litany. William took an oath as Great Master, and 5 new knights Grand Cross were installed, each making offerings of gold and silver at the altar, a nod to the order's tradition of surrendering worldly treasure for service. Now let's talk about why this role matters for William. Some people would question all this pomp and ceremony and even some of the more controversial aspects of these rituals. But it could be that this is an important event for William. The Great Master is the second most senior position in the order, just below the sovereign, who is currently King Charles. Charles held the role for nearly 50 years, from 1975 until 2022, when he was Prince of Wales, and he passed it to William on St George's Day in 2024. This isn't just a ceremonial title, it's a mantle of responsibility. The Great Master oversees the order's statutes, attends the service every 4 years, the sovereign only attends every 8, and represents its values of excellence and service. For William, stepping into his father's shoes is a powerful symbol of continuity, especially as he prepares for his future role as king. So this isn't just ceremonial, this is a really big deal for William right now. Prince William's installation comes at a time when he's really stepping up. At 42, he's balancing his royal duties with being a hands-on dad to Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. Just this week, he was at Windsor Castle presenting honours to Olympian Keely Hodgkinson and sharing a little about Charlotte training for the 400-metre hurdles, which was really quite sweet. He's also been vocal about the challenges of 2025, calling it a brutal year, with both King Charles and Princess Catherine undergoing cancer treatment. Yet, Prince William's kept a positive front, showing resilience and dedication. His new medal as Great Master, worn proudly at events like the D-Day commemorations last year, is a visible reminder of his growing role in the monarchy. So what does the Order of the Bath mean today? In 2025, it's still a prestigious honour for those who've made significant contributions to the UK, whether in the military or civil service. Famous recipients include Admiral Nelson, Earl Haig, and even former US President Ronald Reagan, who received an honorary Grand Cross. The order ranks 4th among British orders of chivalry, behind the Garter, Thistle and the dormant St Patrick. Its ceremonies, like the one today, are a reminder of the UK's deep traditions, but they also celebrate modern heroes who embody excellence and goodness, as the Dean put it. For William, being Great Master ties him to this legacy while signalling his readiness to lead with honour and service. Prince William looked fantastic today, poised, regal, and totally in his element. So tall, people were commenting. And he is, and he stands so head and shoulders above the others. Posts on X were buzzing, with fans calling him the epitome of royalty, and praising how he and Charles presented a united front amid family tensions, especially after Prince Harry's recent BBC interview. William's ability to stay focused and positive, even with personal challenges, is inspiring. This ceremony wasn't just about tradition, and it wasn't even about the rather negative stuff that people like to remind us of going all the way back. It's not even about that, because these things can be used for good or for evil. And I believe that Prince William and Catherine could be leading the way into a better future for everyone. And as I said, it wasn't just about tradition. It was more about William stepping into a role that bridges the past and the future, showing the world he's ready for whatever comes next. So what did you think of the ceremony? Let me have your thoughts in the comments. My next video will be about Princess Catherine and some latest on her. So don't forget to subscribe, ding the bell for alerts for more videos, like if you liked it, and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.